Oh, not long enough, to be honest. I think I went about a year, and then it was on show day. Hoff just said, right, you're coming out with me. And I went, are you sure? And like, this is like a year with breaks from the pandemic. So I think I probably trained for like an actual 7 months maybe, and then was on a show, which is
Wow.
really scary to look back on. Like, that's not very much time. And then on show day, Hoff was just like, yep, go through your old dance costumes, find something blue. You're coming out with me. You're a part of my team now. And I just went, okay, sir.
Wow.
Yeah.
So your introduction was being part of the Blue Nation.
Yeah. That was my very first introduction. And in fact, it was at a training session. Hoff said, I'm thinking about like, I want like some girls to follow me around. Like, I want to do a tag team with girls and really pump you guys up, get you guys going. And I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. And then it was like 2 weeks later, I was at the hairdresser's and she goes, oh, I've run out of pink dye. Do you want to do like something fun with your hair? And I went, do you want to dye the front parts blue?
Wow.
And then, yeah. And then it was like literally that week Hoff was like, yeah, okay, you're going to be on my show. Like, let's do it.
The blue highlights was the final thing that just cemented it for him.
Yeah. It was like, she's committed. Let's do it.
Yeah, 100%. When you're prepared to go all out, like that's kind of living the gimmick to a certain extent, right?
Yeah. It was like, it was so random too, though, because I had like in high school, I wanted to dye my hair so bad. And my mum wouldn't let me because she's like, no, you're going to regret it. Like, you've got to really take yourself seriously. Like, she was like that with everything. Whenever I wanted a piercing, color my hair, she's like, you have to commit to it and think about it. And I was like, okay. And then I wanted blue hair so bad. So when my hairdresser was like, oh, there's no pink hair dye, I was like, this is my chance. I have a reason. I can dye my hair blue, and then maybe I can get a booking.
There you go. And that could be the reason you'd see your mum. Hey, look, got me a booking in wrestling. Look at that.
Go on.
How was it the first time going out there in front of a crowd like that?
Horrifying. It was so horrifying. It was terrifying. I literally just ran out, kicked Charlie Evans in the face, and then ran away. That's all I did. And I was horrified. So I was like, what if people don't like me? What if people don't get it? What if what if something bad happens and I try to jump the fence and then I land on my head? Like, every wrong scenario was. My father is making so much noise right now, Craig.
That's all good. Shout out to the dads out there.
He's opening a carton of Coke. I'm not even kidding. I've got 2 here, and they were the last 2. Bad me.
There you go. He's just making sure
I had like
every.
Yeah, exactly. He's doing me a favor. Should be grateful. But yeah, I was so ready for every single wrong scenario to happen. And then I went out there, I kicked Charlie in the face, and then I was like, all right, I'm going. In case she tried to hit me back, I can't take that. And I ran away. And Hoff afterwards went, good job. And I was like,
yeah, I wouldn't want to piss off Charlie Evans either, especially by kicking her in the face. But like the whole, like, what did you find the most challenging thing though? Like, like in pro wrestling, as far as like breaking in and getting that opportunity on a show, like what were the challenging moments for you?
Oh, everything. I think it's so hard to like, for one, prove to someone that you deserve to be on a show, but then also have the confidence in yourself to think that you're prepared to go on a show. Like, I still now will sometimes Hoff will go, oh, I'm thinking about this for you. And I go, are you sure? Like, do you think I can handle that? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, I'll trust you there, mate, but that's on you when it goes bad. Like, it's really hard to like kind of accept that you're at the point that that's something you're capable of. And I think especially when I was first starting out, like I didn't know anything about wrestling. I would like talk to people about it and they'd be talking about their favorite wrestlers. They'd be talking about these moves. Like they're talking about WrestleMania 3 where this match happened and all this stuff. And I just had no idea what they were talking about. No clue. And I was like, oh, should I be here? Am I going to be like dangerous because I don't know what's going on? But then I think I expressed that severe anxiety, and Hoff was just like, no, do you know why it's not going to be a problem? Because you ask 1,000 questions. And I'm like, what do you mean? He goes, anytime ever we've had to learn something or you haven't known something, you are the first person to go, I don't know what that is. I don't know what I'm doing. I haven't done that before. Or like, I don't know what you're talking about. People go, oh, so like this match in 1978. And I'm going, I wasn't even born. Why would I have watched that? Stop that. I just tell them.
But I feel like that could almost work in a benefit to you as well, because I feel like, and tell me if I'm wrong in this one, but like wrestling, if you have like influences, you've watched it your whole life, it's kind of like being a musician. If you listen to a lot of different types of a particular musician or the same type of music, then your type of music that you're going to play is going to be the exact same as them. Maybe little tweaks and stuff like that, but it's almost going to be like an exact replica of it.
Yeah.
Do you find that the same with wrestling a little bit?
Oh yeah. There's always like this joke behind the scenes of like people always want to join to play their like 2K characters that they made up in their wrestling game when they were 11. And I think when I joined, because I had nothing, it was like kind of fun. Like I got to be molded into what they wanted and what they needed.
Yeah.
Whereas like other people they weren't getting the same opportunities as me because they were like so dedicated to their wrestling character they built when they were 13 years old. And it was just like, you can do whatever you want with me. I didn't have any preference. I turned up wanting to learn how to do a moonsault, and that was it. Like, so I think it definitely worked in my favor